Conflicts can be challenging. They can arise at the workplace, at home, or at school. The more you have people interacting and working together, either virtually or in person, the more likelihood that conflict will be inevitable. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. Welcome to Conflict Management 101 by Greg Pang, where I will share with you my stories and tips on how to manage conflict effectively. The first of which will be about how to avoid conflict. And the second, how to mediate conflict. The third and final being how to de-escalate. Our first lesson today is about avoiding conflict. You've for sure been in that kind of situation where you can choose one path or choose the other. And one of those paths might lead you down to the road of conflict. Well, there's a lesson here about avoiding that kind of conflict. And now I ask myself, my only good friend, Greg, take it away.
Hi there. Welcome to my world. In my world or your world, conflicts will happen. And what you need to know about conflict management, the first thing is to avoid a conflict. Do not start the fight. To do this, you have to be aware of how your actions and how your words affect how other people feel and how they react to you. You really have to learn how to read the room and as well know how to empathize with other people. And really, if you do start a fight, know that it is a suboptimal thing to establish.
Hey, asshole!
That's good stuff, Greg. Next, let's talk about mediating a conflict. It may be tough to step into the middle of the fight, but know that after this series of lessons, fellow Toastmasters, you too will know how to effectively mediate a conflict. Greg, take it away again.
The next thing we need to learn, if we cannot avoid a fight, is that we have to learn how to mediate a fight if we are not part of the conflicting parties. And the one thing you have to do is offer solutions, really actively listen, and let me take care of this first. Hey kid, what's going on here? Why are you fighting? You have to calm down and find solutions and just get along, okay? You have to really just, hey, what's going on?
Good stuff, Greg. The third and final lesson today is about de-escalation. We've all been there where voices get raised, feelings get hurt. Let's take a look at how to de-escalate. Greg?
Now that we know how to avoid a conflict and how to mediate one, we have to talk about what happens when the temperature gets a little bit heated. And that's where we move to de-escalation. In de-escalation, you bring down the temperature in the room, you get people to maybe practice some yoga breathing techniques, and then the goal here is to... Watch where you're going, jerk. The goal
What
here...
did you say, bitch?
I said, watch where you're going, bitch!
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, roll up, huh? You want some of this up?
That's good stuff, G. Well, there you have it, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Our 3 steps, our 3 tips in how to manage conflict. Number 1, avoid conflict if you can. Number 2, learn how to mediate conflict if you find yourself witnessing a conflict. And number 3, de-escalate. I hope that these stories and these tips will serve you well in your journey in managing conflict effectively. Mr. Toastmaster.